Good morning and welcome to Rosebud Homestead. And today I'm just going to do something fun with you. I am going to share my favorite fiber foods. These are not necessarily the highest in fiber foods, but these are the foods that I am working into my diet, into my food plan on a daily basis because I need, like 98% of Americans, need to increase my fiber content with my foods every single day. And so I decided I would look up high fiber foods, and from among those high fiber foods, I would select the ones that I already like and that would be easy just to work in for either snacks or to just putting in recipes and that sort of thing. So I'm going to share 10 with you, my favorite 10. And I'm hoping very much that it will also motivate you all to check high fiber foods and do the same thing. Start working in high fiber foods to your snacks and to your meals. So we're going to start right here with pumpkin seeds. Now these are unsalted, unflavored raw pumpkin seeds, and they have 12 grams for a half a cup. Now, one of the things that you have to balance is that's amazing. That is an amazing fiber content for half a cup, but you also get 360 calories with a half a cup. So you need to look at all of the nutrients in the food and then balance. So I won't eat a half a cup of these. I'll toss a few in a salad or that kind of thing, or just take a few into the palm of my hand and munch on. But pumpkin, and these are not in any particular order, by the way. It's just random order. But pumpkin seeds are a great source of fiber. Next are raspberries, and if you've been on our channel for very long, you know how much I love raspberries. I used to, when I was growing up in northern Utah, we lived in a place where there were raspberry fields, and I would pick raspberries, and sadly I would eat quite a few. I picked the raspberries for money, but I would pop one in my mouth every now and then. But I can eat them just raw as a snack, which I just love to do. A half a cup is 4 grams. And so a half a cup is just about the right amount to put in yogurt. I put a half a cup of plain Greek yogurt in a bowl and a half a cup of raspberries, and that's a very healthy snack that's high in fiber. So my daily goal, according to all of the tables that are out there, is about between 21 and 24 grams of fiber per day. So I would have to eat a number of these things throughout the day in order to get up there. And especially since most things are like a half a cup is 4 grams. So that would mean 5 times doing that to get close to my goal. Lentils, and we have lentils in several different colors, the brown ones and the red ones. And the cooked lentils, a half a cup of cooked lentils is 8 grams. And also this is very nutritious because it is nutrient dense, meaning low in calories and high in nutrients. And so with the lentils, I have several recipes that I use. I can also just have a side dish of cooked lentils, which a half a cup is about a great serving for that. So that works in very nicely. I love pears. I have loved pears all of my life. In one of the first homes that I remember growing up as a preteen, we had a pear tree. And I learned to just love pears right off the tree. Mother would can pears. I loved canned pears. And so I will eat them raw like this. I have canned pears out in our food storage, home canned and also from the grocery store canned. Love to have pears on cottage cheese. And with pears, one medium, which this one is about a medium pear, there are 6 grams of fiber here. So that is a really good source. This is chia seed, and that is our next one. And we just did an entire video on what a powerhouse chia seed is. And just as a reminder, 2 tablespoons equals 10 grams of fiber. And that's about how much you use to make the chia pudding that is so popular and that we enjoy too. I have also loved artichokes my whole entire life. And so we buy these. We have a number of jars of these out in our food storage. We get them, I think they're 2 to a package at Costco. And artichoke hearts, a half a cup is almost 5 grams of fiber. So working these in to salads and with pasta and whatever, we just did a video on a delicious frittata using artichoke hearts and asparagus. And that was loaded with fiber, so that's great. Another thing I just love is peas. And I've tried to grow peas here. I just can't get them to grow. But I buy them in bulk, frozen, and then I repackage them in a serving size package. This is one serving, one meal packet for Jim and me, and each of us has about 3/4 of a cup of peas. But peas, a half a cup is 3.5 grams. So this is more than a half a cup, so I'm getting about 4 grams of peas every time we use this for a meal. Another thing that I really do like is blackberries. And I lived in the Pacific Northwest for a few years. And blackberry bushes everywhere. They grow wild. You can hardly get rid of them in your yard. But boy, oh boy, is it wonderful to have those blackberries to make all kinds of things. Blackberry pies, blackberry jam, just plain blackberries. It was wonderful. And just like raspberries, a half a cup is 4 grams. Another video that we have recently done is my newly discovered recipe on seeded bread. And I keep my seeded bread in this bread keeper. I push it up against this door so that it stays flush against the door, and then it expands to a whole loaf. And as you eat the loaf, then you can move this in. But keeping the loaf, if you cut it straight,
If you cut it straight.
yeah, Jim and I just had a big laugh over if you cut it straight. He can't cut straight bread to save his life. And we tease each other all the time about that. But anyway, this little bread keeper is wonderful. And this seeded bread, it is delicious. It's now our favorite bread. I just made another couple of batches the other day. And we're taking one up to the cabin when we go in a few days. But it has 6 different types of seeds in it. And if you cut this loaf into 16 slices, each one of those slices has 4 grams of fiber, along with a whole lot of other healthy things as well. So this is one of my brand new favorite sources of fiber. And then, of course, avocados. And like I said, these are foods that I already just love. And having spent a lot of time in El Paso and learning how to make a lot of Mexican food, including, oh my goodness, just about the best guacamole ever, we love avocados. And a medium avocado, one medium avocado, this is a smaller avocado, so one just a little bit larger than this, has 10 grams of fiber. This one has fat in it also, but it's the good fat. And so we have avocados as often as we can. Our whole family loves avocados. So I'm just sharing these with you to let you know what I love that also has fiber in it. So if you would share in the comments other high fiber foods that you would add to this list that you use in your own diet, some of these that you may not like, others that you do like. I think it would be a great help to all of us to see what others are enjoying in terms of getting a good fiber into their diet every single day. So thanks so much for being with us, and we'll see you again really soon for more videos.